Oh, we aren't, guys. How are you, people? Doing the Jedi look today. Got some people coming on. What the devil have you guys been up to? So, just been over on my Facebook page. If you missed it, go and have a little watch of a live video there. Went over some like habits and stuff like that. I do try and keep the Facebook ones a bit different to the Instagram ones as well, just because there's different people on both. And yeah, so enough of the Jedi look, I think. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Anyone got any good things to talk about with the weekend? So, if you weren't over on Facebook, we were talking about how to try and recognise that habits are like a process, or imagine yourself like a robot, like robotic program. Yeah. Yeah, if any of that made sense. If not, go and watch the Facebook one. Again, a little bit different. I say different audience, different time. That was at 9. This one's at 9:30. Yeah. So, weekend good, guys. If anyone's got any questions, hit me up. And I do have some to answer already. So, before I touched on breaking bad habits, snacking, stuff like that. Who's got something they're struggling with? And if anyone is in somewhere like Birmingham, Liverpool, one of these areas that's going to get locked down, let me know. Let me know how you feel about lockdowns and stuff. Sorry, I look like absolute dog shit. And I have a cold, so sorry if this isn't the best. Where's my notes? Here we are. So, tips for drinking more water. Tips for drinking more water. I'd set yourself an alarm. You know, normally people don't do stuff until they get a kick up the arse. In some respects, set yourself alarms throughout the day. That works. It's just little reminders. Like some of the water bottles now that have the times written on, like you should have drank this much by 9 a.m, this much by 11. It can work. You can forget what the time is or what to look at. Lydia has an app. That's a good one. Yeah, there are apps as well that remind you of this stuff. There's some really good productivity apps out there, not just for water, but all sorts of habits that you want to start doing. I've sort of done my own like habit thing, where I'll get up and I'll go and, let's say, do like measurements on a whatever Monday morning and do different things. It's just putting things in place, really. Just putting different things in place. But yeah, and you could apply that with drinking water. So, I mean, it's loads of different things you can do. I've touched on this a few times, but adding things to water, tiny bit of like fruit juice or whatever, or there's these 0 sugar syrup drop things you can get. I've got a few that I put in like coffee and stuff. Hi everyone that's joining. There's loads of different ways. Not many people like drinking water, or they get so busy that they forget. I do it sometimes. I do. I don't think I drank enough yesterday, for instance. So apologies, I've got a bit of a sore throat. So yeah, we all forget to do stuff. I was telling someone earlier, after a PT session, that they were saying about lacking in motivation and stuff. It all happens. It all happens to all of us. I'm sure if you ask some of my clients that know me pretty well, well, they all do really. Then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, no, Alex does. Even Alex struggles with, doing his own fitness at times. It's because I'm so busy doing other stuff." But again, not an excuse. But when you're doing all sorts of fitness stuff all day long, it's probably the last thing. To most people, it'd be the last thing you'd want to do. I do enjoy it, obviously, so that's why I do it. Had a bit of like a sore throat kind of thing going on, and like a head cold, but I forced myself to do a workout earlier. Not much of one, just little bits, and again, it's just little bits here and there, doing little bits what you can. But yeah, so anyone got any other questions? We've got differences between good and bad foods. Now, I hate the whole good and bad labelling of foods. Oh, this is bad because someone told you it was bad, or a lot of these good and bad labels, if you like, come from places like Weight Watchers and Slimming World and all these sorts of things where they're like, oh yes, this is good for you, but this is bad for you. And then you've got that association. Like I said about, I think it was the Facebook Live I just did. It was, yeah. I'm losing the plot here. The Facebook Live I just did about negative association with stuff. So, you get hit by a bus when you're younger, you're going to hate buses for all of your life. That sort of stuff. So, you've already got that in the back of your head. So, if someone said, oh no, you can't have this chocolate bar, it's bad for you, you're always going to think like that, unless you change it. So, and again, people have been demonising foods for years. At one point it was carbs, carbs are the devil, Then it was fats. And it's just, there's always one thing getting demonised. There's always something. Yeah. So, yeah, don't be labelling foods. Don't be labelling. It's like, what's a good and a bad workout? Subjective. Did you achieve what you wanted? Yeah, it's probably a good workout. Did you snap your leg in two? Then it's probably a bad workout. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. If you're that on your nutrition and stuff anyway, that you don't always need to count calories. That's not the aim of life. you get to a point where you don't need to anymore. But if you've got things on point, everything's on point, you'll know what's good for you, you'll know what's bad for you. People aren't thick. It's not rocket science. Not rocket science. One of my most used phrases, not rocket science. Which, yeah, I won't tell you that much yet, but something that might be happening quite soon, something different, you'll see. But yeah, any other questions? 2141. Hi everyone that's in, everyone that's joined, people that are watching at this time. Again, I don't imagine many people are on. Tells me a few people are on, but I don't know who. So yeah, any questions, guys? You look a bit like a Jedi. It's because I've got a dressing gown that's got a hood, so why wouldn't I have it on? Yeah, no, I'm fighting this cold thing in a minute as well. Thinking about downing some Dettol, some lemon zest Dettol. Like, clean that out. No, yeah, so, any other questions? I might cut this one short because I have a new audiobook that I want to listen to. As selfish as that sounds. Yeah, if anyone knows who Ollie Ollerton is, that's not his real name. But I was lucky enough to meet him actually last year. He's got a book out called Battle Ready, and I'm going to go audiobook, listen to that. Stick with JD, the Jedi or JD, okay. The pisshead Jedi, is that what we're going to... No, I haven't drank in ages, actually. Apart from that last time I had that JD. Yeah. Anyone... Someone must have a good question about fitness. Must have. What's the world coming to? We've run out of questions. You crazy critters. What's your favourite exercises? You lot out there in internet land. What's your favourite exercise? Comment below. First one to say good answer gets a prize. Again, good or bad, it shouldn't justify. Better to eat before a workout or after, and what? So again, subjective. I actually had this conversation earlier. So apologies, Emily, if you're hearing this. You heard this twice. So is it better to eat before a workout or after? So one of the reasons, and for a long time there was a whole sort of myth that you had to, you know, when people have like protein shakes and stuff, or they have to get like that 30-minute anabolic window kind of thing. No, it's not that. It's just because they was absolutely starving after their gym set, that they need food, need nutrients, need it. You know, the research shows that it's actually more like the rest of the day that you can get the protein in and stuff. But people are just starving. They've just knackered themselves out. Yeah, thanks guys, thanks. But yeah, so sometimes, depending on the workout, you'd need energy in there. You'd need food in the tank. So, have you ever gone to a workout and had been an empty stomach and just felt like absolute death? Whereas if you'd had something to eat, like breakfast or whatever, you had enough energy for it, and then you're still probably going to be hungry afterwards, but you could literally be running on empty. and it'll affect everything. Or you can eat too much and then you may throw it up. So, subjective, depends what you're doing. If you're about to run a few sprints, I probably wouldn't have a massive meal before. Do you know what I mean? It depends. It really depends. Which is the most frequently used phrase by PTs ever. So some of your favourites are yoga, weight training, hands down. What's the best exercise for lower belly? I'm not laughing at you, Terry. It's just, I see this one quite a lot. Why your lower belly? That's the question. You've got to think about why you want to train your lower belly. I don't think it's exercise you need. It's going to be, if it's for fat loss, it's going to be down to calories, and it's going to be the energy expenditure in versus out. You could do all the sit-ups in the world, but if you're still cramming pizzas down your neck every night, you're not gonna reduce that waist. As harsh as it sounds, it's not sexy, it's not exciting. You've just got to get on top of what you're eating. If it's for a rehab point of view or whatever, you've got to assess why that's bad down there, why it needs training, why. So you've got to look. A lot of it's all, again, not rocket science, but it all comes down to a deeper meanings with stuff like this. Doesn't get Facebook notifications. You're very anti-Facebook notifications, aren't you, Only joking. I don't know why that doesn't do that for you. You might need to look at your settings. Weight training is good, well, fun. I like and miss weight training. Like this. Okay, so as a consensus, people like weight training, which is good. You're all females that have answered that, and they've said weight training, which is good. Because, well, not everyone does. Not everyone, they still think cardio is the key. Again, it has its place. You need it for, obviously, your heart to work would be nice. Still love yoga. Yeah, well, it all works hand in hand. I think. Oh, that's it. Punch the tripod. I think yoga fits between a lot of things. It's like why I do like zoo, like the bodyweight stuff. It just flows like water through everything else. If you're doing big strength stuff like deadlifts, you can do zoo stuff to warm up for it. You can do it. Yoga is the same sorts of things that will add up to the bigger picture, basically. I hope you guys can understand me, actually, because I've got a cold. All clients too, lol. Maybe that's got something to do with you training us. That you've all said you like weight training? I do. Well, everyone has different programs, so it's just the benefits of different things. I've got some clients that love running, so that's in their programming. Not everyone likes running, so it's not like, again, you can't do a one-size-fits-all thing. Same with weight training. It has its benefits, prevents life from ending, prevents, it all does, it all has its place. If you want your bones not to just fall away, you need the impact, you need the resistance on it. Let's go. Have a good evening. Also, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to cut it there. Bean, bye. Oh, okay, yeah. Using words for this. yeah, no, I'm going to cut it there because you guys have been great. Like I say, get more and more questions in, and it just builds them up. Oh yeah, I've already answered this one. Didn't realise you could do little Q&A boxes here, but yeah, awesome. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm gonna can it there, and I'll say just get the questions rolling in because I put them in my notes, and then we'll just go over them as and when. Don't forget, so Friday, guys. Friday, I'm doing another one. Again, I want some different questions, different kinds of questions. You know, favourite places to eat, like restaurants and stuff like that. Not necessarily fitness related. Friday Night Live is what I call it. Again, it's a bit more casual, a bit different to fitness stuff. So yeah, let me know. Welcome to Emily into the battle group. Thank you for joining as well. Again, putting more stuff in there. Lots has come in. If you didn't see on the Facebook, I did mention that some of my clients are going to have to start splitting my check-in days into 2 different ones because I've got quite a few of you now that are all wanting the check-ins. Not everyone did before. So yeah, there's a lot of work on my end for that. But we'll work it out. So keep doing your thing, guys, and I'll just keep doing mine. If anyone knows any good admin assistants, let me know. No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, so keep the questions coming. I hope you have a great night. Go to bed if you're not already. I'm going to go and chill with an audiobook. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow probably, where I'm putting some more content in. Yeah, you'll see. Okay, awesome. I'll stop rambling on. See you later.